Okay, second day of the Proton Iriz and Proton Persona intelligence drive, and we are on the way back to Kuala Lumpur, Shah Alam from Tanjung Jara Beach Resort here in Terengganu. We are now somewhere like we are on the way to Kuantan right now, and the car, in terms of ride and handling, I know it's going to be a bit, you're going to say that I'm like a broken record repeating it again. It handles the undulations, the road bumps, the surfaces very well. In terms of ride, it's very comfortable. In terms of handling, easily capable of cruising at about 150, 160 kilometers per hour. Is of course at your own risk. It tracks very well at high speeds. No problems, no drama whatsoever. It does the drive very well. In terms of engine performance, it's about as I feel like the pre-facelift models. In terms of power, the gearbox has been tweaked a little in terms of shift and all, and how it does the gears and all. So it's nicer, slightly better than before. The car is slightly more refined at higher speeds. Things quieten out above 140 kilometers per hour. There are a bit of wind rustling around the cabin in this Iriz. We are in the Iriz still, and it is boomy at 2500 to about 3500 RPM when peak torque wants to come in. So you can feel the NVH levels is struggling to contain a bit more vibration from the engine, which you can feel through the steering wheel slightly at 2500 to 3000 RPM. And yep, I'll continue when we get to the next rest stop. Alright. Just completed the stint in the Proton Iriz 1.6 CVT Premium, and you can see the cars going off behind me. In terms of after driving all the way from Tanjung Jara to Kuantan, here in Kuantan, I must say that the car performs quite well in terms of its NVH levels. It cruises well at high speeds. There is that certain boominess around 2500 RPM to 3000 RPM, but if you go a bit higher up than that, 4000 RPM, it cruises quite well, comfortably well. You can have a decent conversation with the person beside you, and everything's fine. In terms of how it drives at around on country roads and on the highways, it's good. High speed stability is definitely good. It's still there. It performs well. It's still a bit boomy in terms of NVH levels, and talking about noise harshness and vibrations at between 2500 RPM to about 3000 RPM, slightly a bit more. So there's that boominess in terms of I think the engine resonance still comes through, still feeds into the cabin, but it's less than before. It's definitely less than even the 2017 one where they re-engineered the engine mounting. Somehow it's a bit better. I think the tolerance and the fit is actually better than even before. So this new Iriz that we just tried is actually better. So this was the first stint. The second stint of this drive, where we'll be driving the Proton Persona facelift from Kuantan to Proton's Center of Excellence back in Shah Alam. So that will be the second stint of this two-car test drive review. I have to say also another thing, that in terms of interiors, Proton has actually made a lot of changes. The steering wheel feels better, it's nicer to hold than before. I think the materials does have a bit more tactile feel to it. The shape is better, everything is nice. The perforated leather in this 1.6 premium variant is quite nice to hold. Then we also have better overall feel inside. The gear knob, well, for me personally, looks quite similar to the old one. I've not remembered how the old one actually looks, whether it's so different. It's actually nice to hold. Supposedly that's a change too. The supposed frameless rear view mirror isn't actually frameless, it's more of a transparent frame, because of course this is, you're talking about, this is an affordable budget compact hatchback or sedan if it's in the Persona, so it's not a total change in terms of like putting in like frameless crystal like glass and all, so it's quite okay. Okay, back in terms of engine performance and tractability, the 1.6 liter engine feels torquey, works better at high RPMs. If you want to overtake, you have to push it, you have to pedal to the metal, you have to floor it, and then it works properly. It's a 1.6 liter engine, torque is adequate, horsepower is adequate for its class, it's about average, industry average, so I can't complain there. Again, as I said, it's the boominess at 2500 RPM. At 2500 RPM to about 3000 RPM, there's a bit of boominess. So once you get past that stage, or you're below that stage, which actually works out quite okay, because if you're doing your normal city driving, it's usually under 2500 RPM. So then the CVT slightly improved. It does have the step up CVT, so if you're accelerating from 0 to about 100, it goes up, up, up. It doesn't go 5000 RPM and just holds it straight. So it's quite a nice CVT to drive. It still has that, it's not as rubber band like as this one. It's slight improvement over the 2017 revision, but it's not a total revision. So I must say that the Proton Iriz, this facelift with its 300 over parts revision, aside from its looks and that infotainment system, that high Proton infotainment system, is quite an upgrade. Not by much, but you can notice it if you have driven the previous Iriz. So it is, I would say, for a B segment hatchback, it is definitely slightly above industry average in terms of say ride and handling. It's definitely above industry average, B segment average. It's above that. In terms of NVH, I would say that it now hits more of an average level, you know. So NVH levels, refinement levels is more better. It's better inside this new Proton Iriz, 2019 Proton Iriz facelift. So okay, later, got to go.